Good afternoon, Sherene. How are you today?
I'm well, and you?
Very good, thank you. And thank you for allowing me to record this portion of our conversation. So I am pleased to meet with you today. I chatted with you about a few positions that I'm hiring for. So at this point in time, I'd love to hear a little bit about you. So you have the floor. Tell me about your recent work experience.
So the most recent, I've been in pharmacy. I worked as a pharmacy tech. I did my externship at Florida Healthcare Plans in Port Orange, and then I went to Care One Pharmacy, which is in Sanford. I left there just solely because I decided to return to school, which didn't pan out, unfortunately, but it was a night position as well, and I was going to go to school at night. So they coincided with each other, so I couldn't do them both at the same time. But then I also kind of went back to school solely because I didn't want to do the pharmacy thing anymore. I was just kind of not really my forte as much as I thought it would be. A little bit slow too as far as what we're doing. So I like busy work, like to stay busy doing things all the time. So now I'm back out into the work field.
And you had said primarily reason to get back, and you're looking for a job that's Monday through Friday, day
Yes,
shift and such to coincide with your family, of course.
correct. Yes.
So, with your experience with working in the pharmacy, you were doing a lot of customer service, I assume.
Yes. So actually, before I went into pharmacy, I was working for Cigna from home right before COVID hit with all the restrictions and whatnot. We did pharmacy customer service, taking incoming phone calls, fielding scripts, calling prior authorizations from the physician, shipping it out to the patient. Basically, the patient's advocate. Anything that the patient needed, you're getting it done. And that's how I ended up going into pharmacy itself to work inside. And I figured, I kind of like the customer service aspect a little bit differently. So that's how I ended up coming back out.
Why don't you tell me about a time that you had to overcome maybe somebody that was a little less than happy in a customer service?
Oh, a lot of them. But I think the most recent that sticks out would be it was actually kind of sad because there was a big snowstorm when we started during COVID. It was up north, but obviously we're at home working. So we are not going to experience the technical difficulties from shipping and getting things out. And in that particular situation, she had a daughter who had a condition that needed that medication, like right then and there. She had called in a few times, someone passed the box, said it was going to be shipped out, keep her happy. And then when she realized the snowstorm had hit and things were going to get backed up, because realistically, we work for this company, but we don't control the purpose, the people who deliver it. So she basically got passed along so that way they could get her off the phone. And by the time she got to me, I had to have been like the seventh representative she spoke to. So by the time she got to me, there was no words. She was just, pure anger, screaming.
Mhm.
And as I'm reading through her chart, as she's talking to me, I'm realizing that I'm not going to be able to fix this problem. It's going to get worse from here on out, and trying to figure out how I was going to walk her off the ledge, calm her enough because she has a sick child. And if she clearly could get the medication, she wouldn't be calling us 7 times to get it, shipped out. So it was just a matter of like trying to stay calm, multitask, but get her back off the ledge, but then see what you could realistically do. Because clearly she had been falsely promised too many times. You know what I mean? And
Well,
no one wants to be told, oh, 3 o'clock. And then you're like, oh, 3 o'clock. So you go about your day thinking, I was mad, but it's resolved. And then only to find out that that was just a ploy to get you to, move along. So it was a task, a lot of phone calls to the uppers, trying to figure out what we could do. In the end, I didn't end up following through on it. I had to bring it a few days out for it to get solved. But when I went back to look, she did end up getting it. It was 2 days late. I mean, her kid was really sick. It was still a big mess. But in that moment, trying to overcome everything and trying to figure out how you could keep her calm but honest, because no one likes to be lied to. Even if you're trying to spin it a little bit, at least give her the basis of the truth, because most people can handle the truth. It's the spin around you can't get around. You know what I mean? Like, so it was just trying to figure out how you were going to do it. But in the end, I was able to kind of tell her, like, I do apologize for what they said beforehand. What I could actually do that day, what I could physically get done, and then explain to her what the process was supposed to be so she could understand how we got here and then where we were going from there. Sorry, that took longer than I thought, but
no, that was great. Great overcoming for sure. Now, when you were in that position and some of your other positions, would you consider that it to be like high call volume that you were responsible for?
Oh yeah, for Cigna for sure. It's definitely nonstop all day. You definitely need to be attentive and ready. They were really strict about being where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. Being on the calls when you're supposed to be on them. So I'd say it was really heavy call volumes on most days. Usually it dwindled out in the late evening if you work
Okay,
that shift, but for the most part, it was pretty heavy.
gotcha. Okay. And what about your computer experience, software? What are you
You
using?
broke you broke up for just a second. You said my computer.
Computer software. Tell me
Oh,
about that. What your proficiency is.
I've worked with Microsoft, Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. I've done just about that. I'd say I've done a few more, but not in deep detail.
Okay. How would you consider your computer skills?
I'd say it's pretty great, and if it's not, it's something that can be learned. I'm a pretty easy learner, and I have a really good memory. That's always worked for me.
Like on the computer, typing like say at Cigna or at the pharmacy or something. Were you pretty quick to like get to each screen, like as you were being taught the softwares?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. What I'd like to do is, and whenever it's a little tricky with that computer skill, sometimes we don't rate ourselves as high as we feel. We can send you a few assessments over, and we can get a little bit more of an accurate rating on that.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
I'm going to do that, but I do have some more questions for you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the recording, but I'll be right back.
Okay.